Hello everyone and welcome to the Endlessrise VIP bi-weekly webinar series. Of course, this is Paul Steinmetz, CEO of Endlessrise, and we're going to be going over web design project management. If everyone can give me a shout out, let me know if you can hear me okay and see the screen okay. Sorry, we're getting started a little bit late here, but better late than never, huh? All right, so everyone can hear me okay, they can see the screen okay. This is being recorded. It will be loaded into the webinar archive as always about a day or two after the webinar, but hey, there's nothing like being on a webinar live, so stick around. All right, let me just get situated here a little bit. I just need to promote good old Trevor into an organizer position so that he can help to answer everyone's questions. This will only take me a second. And okay, we should be good to go. Trevor can answer people's questions as you want to type them in. Trevor, if you don't mind muting your mic, that'd be great. I'm sure Trevor will have plenty to say later on. All right, so web design project management. The objective of this webinar clearly is to help you streamline project management on your side, to you know about our new web design project management workflow. We've been doing a lot of work to streamline our web design project management to ensure that we hit deadlines on our web design builds. We have a lot of talent internally. We just had a lot of work to do on streamlining how it is that we process our workflow, and we've done a lot of work to improve that. So let me go ahead and get started here. So responsibilities, as usual with all of our services, are pretty clear. We handle your back-end consulting and operations. You handle communication with the client. The client needs to give the information as you ask for from them. So, you know, the roles are pretty straightforward. It's the same as they always are with outsourcing, being a reseller and having a client. Now, in terms of the web design workflow, what we're going to be going over is going to be, first, we're going to go over themed web design workflow. You know, there's a much different workflow on how we go about our themed web design versus our custom web design. I mean, it's not radically different, but it is different. On themed web design, I mean, I think that it's, before I get into theme too much, I think it's choice to talk a little bit about themes, what themes are, and what makes themes worth what they are to pay for. Now, whenever it comes to designs, especially in themed, of course, we build mobile responsive sites. Pretty much everything we build now is mobile responsive. Is there anyone on the line here on the webinar, and give a shout out in the questions, is there anyone that does not know what a mobile responsive website is? Whenever I say mobile responsive, I assume everyone knows what I'm talking about. Is there anyone that doesn't know what it is? Jack says, I don't know. Matt says, please explain. Okay. For those of you who don't know what mobile responsive is, mobile responsive just means that it responds to the width of the screen. So I'm on marketinghelper.net, and I'll throw this into the global chat so everyone has the link. I'm on marketinghelper.net. This, of course, if you don't know, you should know. This is your portfolio, right? So this is your own design portfolio you can use if you want to. And I'm going to go down here and click on the responsive device tester, okay? And this is going to show me what a website would look like at the different widths. Now, this is not rendering it based on different devices. And no, it seems weird to say that because you see the different devices. But I'm going to put in a domain name here, and I'm going to put in the domain name of your portfolio, marketinghelper.net, and it's going to bring up and show you what the website looks like at the different screen widths. So what it would look like on a small tablet, an iPhone, an iPad, portrait, or landscape, based on the screen, on the width of the website, not based on the device. So what it's going to show you is how does the website respond to different sizes. And as you can see here, the portfolio, of course, this is your design portfolio, right? So if you test it out, it looks good. You notice if even on the small device, if I scroll through it, it responds. So what does that mean? Are there different versions of this? No, you know, response if it responds, it just means this. There's different widths that it's going to respond to. So let me show you. And those veterans on the line are probably wondering when I'm going to move forward and stop talking about other things, but let me just get through this for the newbies. Whenever I start scrolling this from right to left, you're going to see that there's going to be a response. So pay attention. See how all four of these icons are side by side? Not for long. So as I continue scrolling right to left, there's going to be a response right about there. See how the response happened? Now they're not side by side. Now there's four of them. It's not a different website. It didn't go to a different page. It's the exact same site. It simply responds. And if I scroll down, you'll see that these responded as well. So if I pull it back out, they respond. Now if I continue to respond, to resize it down, it has another response. And now they're all in line, and the navigation, instead of being jumbled, is now a drop-down. It's a site that responds based on screen width. What are some of the benefits of having a site that responds to different screen widths versus being built custom to display differently in different mobile devices? Anyone? Anyone have any answers to that one? What is one of the biggest benefits to having a site that responds to a screen width versus being built specifically to be displayed in particular devices? Easy to implement. Well, here's the thing. There's always going to be different mobile devices. Always. They're always going to render sites a little bit differently. But if you can get a site that displays properly no matter what the screen width is, it doesn't matter what device is displaying it. Let me say that one more time. If you have a site that is built to display properly no matter what the screen width is, it will display properly no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or a super small cell phone or a tablet or whatnot. The only difference is it doesn't matter if you're scrolling up or down on a phone. That's easy. The difficult part is, does it respond well to the width of the screen? And these respond, so thus being mobile responsive. Okay? Mobile responsive sites are necessary, and you know the difference between having a mobile website that's separated versus a standard one. In my opinion, it's better for SEO purposes. It was about a year ago that Google announced that their preferred method of having a mobile version of your site is to not to. Google said that they prefer for you to have the mobile version, if you're going to have a mobile version, to be the exact same URL. And they stated, Google publicly stated, that their preferred version of if you are going to have a mobile version is to have it mobile responsive. Yeah, so Google said that. If you listen to the previous webinars that I've done, I have links to it as well. So, okay, so that's mobile responsive. Now, whenever it comes to a theme, I'm a big fan of themes, and the majority of what we sell is themed builds. What is a theme? A theme is something that you can buy a WordPress theme anywhere. So you can buy a theme. Here's Theme Forest. There's 12,315 themes in here, right? You can go in, find a WordPress theme if you want to. Off of Marketing Helper, you can go in and check out the themes that we have available to you in your own portfolio. You can click to preview them live, go through them, look at them, and they're mobile responsive. So keep this in mind. One, themes, if built, are tested. Like if you went in here to Theme Forest and you bought a theme or you chose a theme off of our site, these are themes that have been built. They've been built, they've been heavily quality tested, and they've been built to where they're ready for mass manufacturing, right? In other words, they're very, very stable. If I was going to go into, for instance, here and look at a WordPress corporate theme, and maybe it has specific functionalities, or maybe you buy a theme for a restaurant that has a built-in, maybe it has a built-in menu into it that faxes the restaurant. It's got all kinds of, I don't know, sliders in it and everything else. My biggest thing about themes that is important is that themes are built with certain sliders, they're built with certain sidebars, they're built with certain footers, they're built with certain features, and they're quality tested the way that they're built. Right? If you're going to go and tear apart a theme and customize it, you could have issues. So if you're going to want to build a really custom website just because you want to, then you probably want to, instead of availing from us a themed web design build, you want to avail from us a custom web design build. I do not encourage anyone to take a theme that you purchase and start tearing it apart to customize it. Don't do that. If you find a theme that you want to tear apart to customize it, then keep looking. Don't be lazy. Go find a theme that will work for you. There's thousands and thousands of mobile responsive WordPress themes. There's got to be one out there that will fit for your client. My recommendation is when you find a theme, don't go ripping it apart. Just have us load in the content and do what we do with the theme builds and keep to it. This is an example of a theme called, what is this theme called? Quasar. So this is a beautiful theme, elegant, lots of spacing to it, but you wouldn't want to go and start ripping this apart and restructuring the entire layout on it, right? And yeah, this is mobile responsive. So if I was going to pull this down, you'd see how the whole thing responds. And even though it was light and airy, the whole thing responds extremely well. Now, keep in mind, when something is designed to be mobile responsive, there's a lot more that goes into it than just what you're looking at right now on my screen. It has a response built into it where? Here, and another response built in right there, and another response built in here. So as you size it down, there's different response triggers depending on how wide the screen is. So if you're going to go and mess with something to customize the layout on a theme that's responsive, you're messing with all the responsiveness points. So let's say that you had a website that was themed just like this one sitting right in front of you if this was a theme. If you wanted to replace that slider,